movie, which is now quite long ago, you were like a bit complaining about the weather in this situation. But now we've seen the movie, which I think, after seeing like nearly all your works, I think it's a very good one. You should say that the weather helps the movie a lot.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many rain machines you need to get like the same kind of effect, but
it helped a lot.
Yeah.
It created the so-called aesthetic template of the work. Yeah. The hardships, the struggles. Yeah. It's some kind of a tool for, you know, you go to a location and you see the thing and you become very fluid about it. You work on it. Yeah. It creates the aesthetic template for the film.
So, what makes me wonder, suppose like in your script you write two men in a cabin drink something and the sun is shining outside. I mean, that's easy to change, I think. But like in this last scene, how to burn a dead body in the rain? I mean, it's already more difficult.
With this kind of shoot, things happen. You have to work your way with nature. We're so dependent on nature in this film, so we'll have to shoot even if it's raining, so you have to do it. You know, you destroy the camera, it's okay, you destroy the lens, it's okay, you know. You have to do it.
If you have another one available, okay.
Yeah, but the camera is like weather sealed, so it's okay. It's made in Japan, so it's okay. Sometimes it's good to have that kind of camera.
Yeah, if money is not an issue, then it's okay, no problem.
Yeah.
But of course, now we touch upon a thing much in debate in like filmmaking is whether or not it's like improvisation or not, how much is planned, how much is. So of course, not just about the weather, but also about like working with water buffaloes, little kids, all this kind of thing that are maybe less in control.
Yeah, well, in this film I mix actors and non-actors. The kid is a non-actor. We found him somewhere and we did a workshop with some kids and he's the best in the lot, so we invited him to join the shoot. So all these things, you have to mix them. And you work also, with this film I have a script. And then during the shoot, I started revising everything from memory.
You say it like it's something very special to have a script.
Because I don't really work on a script. I do the script for funding. And then during the shoot, things will change 99%. You have to revise everything. So with this film, it's quite easy with this film in terms of creating the story because I work on memory. This is very autobiographical. It happened in my village. Some of the characters are just composite of so many characters in my village. So.
Yeah, we have to believe that. But by coincidence, last night I was like, because it's a long time ago that I read the script for this movie, and
I submitted.
Just to
give it to you.
Just to refresh my mind, I was reading a page. It's the page about where the uncle says he had a bad dream. The boy should go to his father and tell him to take care of the kid. It's literally the same dialogue is here.
Yeah. So some things are taken from script, of course. Yeah.
Not that I want to.
You have to work on these things, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's we don't have to discuss much. That the location is very important in this.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
At the moment you see the sea and its cliffs, you understand why you shoot the movie there. But I wondered, because like in the beginning it said it's based on like true stories or memories, and I wondered if the true stories took place in this region, in this place, or
well, it's more of a, I based on memory. It happened in my village. But I also took some stories from, it's
because
it's the whole gamut of, the thing that happened in my country.
Yeah, but
it's a collective memory,
it's
of course.
quite far away from it. right?
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah. We shot the film in the northern part of the country and it happened in the south.
Yeah.
So it's more of a, it took me more than 2 years to find a place that looked like the late 60s. And it's very hard to find a place now, but we found a place, you know, ironically in the place where Marcos grew up, on all these fascists in the country.
Ah, you should have looked there in the first place.
It's in the northern part of the country, and it's a very lawless area, you know, it's, they maintain poverty and everything in that place so that they can maintain their power, you know. It's the province of Enrile, Enrile is the defense minister of Marcos during martial law. He was part of the thing who engineered martial law. And they're still maintaining the northern part of the country in that very, very condition, you know. They own the place, literally, politically and everything, economically.
Okay. So, before we move to like political history, which is like your favorite topic, I want to say a bit more about this location. Because like, of course, location is important in filmmaking, definitely, but not for every filmmaker it is as important.
Mm-hmm.
In your case, but tell me if I'm wrong, I had the feeling you are like mapping the Philippines. You are
sort of, yeah.
You make like a movie in this region and tell a story, then you move to other region. In the end of all the movies, you should have had the complete Philippines.
Yeah, geography. Yeah. It's a very geographical thing. I don't, in my own system, in my process, I don't want to do a set for my cinema. I have to look for the place, like what I've told you a while ago. The location creates the aesthetic template for my works. I have to see the place. Once I know that it's the right place for the shoot, then I have to live there and create the story there. It's that kind of process. I cannot work on a set. I have to find the places for my films. And it's sort of become like a geographical thing also.
But I think there are more filmmakers, like some filmmakers, they go to their hometown and shoot the movies there, or like their home country or whatsoever. But you seem to go like to all different kind of places.
Yes, I look for the places.
So if you've done like the Philippines, you could move like to another country, or is it?
Netherlands maybe next time.
Okay. Very different kind, but we have
the diaspora of, you know,
we do have
Filipinos working here as domestic helpers and teachers and everybody else.
Okay, something else. Most filmmakers in their career, they make like 5, 6, 7 movies, and in between there is a period of 3, 4, 5 years. I mean, on average. You are making like a long movie like every year, sometimes even 2 a year, and they are also 4 or 5 times as long as a normal movie. So maybe you can explain a little bit about this way of working. I mean, we also know that it's not your father is a millionaire or something like that. So it's.
I'm a poor filmmaker.
I
need some help, but you know, it's my process is really very easy because I maintain a very, very small crew, like 4 people working with me, and we're quite very flexible and fluid. We can move around. We're not like a big production house. And sometimes I work alone, it's a sound man with me, or just you know, it's easy actually. Cinema is like, you know, I treat it like a painting or like, you know, composing music. I can work fluidly alone or with some small crew, so that makes things easier. And I don't need huge budget. I can work on a $10,000 film. It's okay. I don't need a 10 million film, you know.
So we gave you too much money.
Make it lesser money.
Yeah. Okay. So I know you're reading a little bit. You try to make it smaller than it is, but in this movie we see like a whole village, and the village is functioning. One man is making alcohol. The other is planting rice. It's actually happening. There is like when people get together for mourning, there are like 20 people in the frame. You have to organize all that. It's not like that easy, maybe.
No, it's because we don't have a real schedule. I usually, like this film, we stayed in a village for 3 months. So we live there with them. So it's easier that way. I don't work with like, so many Filipino films are made in 7 days, but my films are made in a long, long time. Including the post-production, I made this film for 9 months, so it's quite long.
Yeah.
The real shooting is like 2 months. The preparation, we stayed there for a month and then we started shooting. So we started setting up the whole thing October and we finished the film by January. So we live there.
If you do this whole effort for this movie and spend so much time to finish it and make it, why only like 5 or 6 hours? I mean,
you know, I must like to the process. If I cut the film, it says 5 hours, then it's 5 hours. I don't want to push it more or make it less.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So you don't decide beforehand.
No, there's no decision on the length or the duration of the film. It's a very, very democratic process on my part. I must like to the process. Once I cut the film, I make, you know, many versions of it. If it says 6 hours, then it's 6 hours. You know.
So can you imagine? I can imagine this film lasting longer, but
you don't want it to end. Actually.
No, I found it also a bit abrupt at the end.
Yeah, because you're used to 9 hours or 12 hours. So.
Why you did such a cut at the end?
I'm already fulfilled aesthetically. It's about that, you know. If I feel that the film is already enough, then it's okay. I'm more on that. I don't want to impose on things like I want to make it longer, shorter. It's more open. It's a free thing. It's a very, very democratic process.
Yeah, I guess I come back to it. I guess it's also we are used to endings being announced. Like the floating body on the river, and then like soft music is coming up. So then you know now it's going to.
Yeah, this is gonna be this.
Yeah, so we missed the music. Did you want to ask a question?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Usually I'm looking at the cinema of movie 1.5 hour, then I get sleep.
Yeah.
But a compliment, because I didn't have any moment a boring time.
Thank you.
Because this is, I think, an historical memories, which I have a couple of questions.
You can do one. I mean, come on, we are all together here.
So, a couple of one question. What happened to Mr. Cito and Hako?
In actual life?
Yes.
In reality. Cito is a composite of 2 persons in my village. The village leader and another, it's like a wise man in the village. The village leader died naturally. The wise man was killed mysteriously. That's what happened to them. In real life, yeah.
So now we mentioned your village several times, but not everybody knows your village.
It's a small village down in the south, it's called Mindanao Island, I grew up there.
Yeah, but
recent memory.
They have other kind of war there, right?
Yeah, there's a Muslim rebellion there, and now it's okay. They made an agreement with the government 2 months ago.
It sounds like a Lav Diaz topic.
Yeah, in a few months from now, there's going to be a federal Muslim republic in the country. This is the southern part of the country.
So you imagine to make a movie there?
Yeah. That's my part of the country. So.
Good. And it's also warmer there, right?
Yeah, it's very humid there.
Yeah. Good.
It's a great place also.
Okay. Maybe somebody else for a question.
Question.
Is it a good diving game?
I'm underwater. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, it looks not like a diving place.
I'm really curious how you work with the sound.
It's natural sound.
It's all natural sound?
Yes.
Because I felt like sometimes, for instance, when one of the women is walking across the well, the sound of her heels on the concrete is very loud. So
yeah, well, maybe we weren't able to just balance the thing.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's
You
all
do
natural sound.
radio transmission, you have a thing on her?
With this way, we did some, you know, there's
Yeah,
a mic for every.
So she's
character.
carrying a
so
mic.
that's okay.
Yeah, there's a mic for every character. So.
And it's all natural sound, and it's all
Yes,
direct
yes.
sound. So there's no sound editing or anything
No.
involved.
Maybe
Some-
at
some-
some point we just clean things up.
Sometimes
Because we-
I had a feeling, you see the cameraman, he's like under his umbrella, and then you will hear
Yes,
the raindrops
it's always
on the
raining.
umbrella.
You know, I'm doing the camera, so this is the umbrella.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. You see the rain. The bigger drops means there's an umbrella there. So yeah.
Before the movie started, you said that it was a very difficult shoot, and also because of criminal activities in the area.
We shot the film in the if you see the map of the Philippines, the town where we shot the film is right at the top of Luzon Island. It's still owned by that whole region is controlled by Enrile, the military guy of Marcos during martial law. They still maintain the place, and in the town where we shot the film, there's not even a bank because they robbed the bank.
Was it dangerous for you to shoot there, or
It's very dangerous.
what kind of things happened to you or your crew? Or
Well, we just got lucky that there's a family that took care of us. It's a very rich family, and they made us, you know, really safe. You know, they took care of us.
So they paid them off. How does it
Well,
work?
every time there's a threat, they talk to these guys that, you know, these guys are making films, you know, took care of us.
Okay. You don't want to know how they did that.
But of course, it's really dangerous, especially for the women of the group, because things can get so very macho at times. You know, they want to push things for the women. It's really hard. So every time we wrap the shoot, we just go back to the place where we stay and then stay there. Just stay there. Don't get out of the place. You know.
Okay, I
Mhm.
see. Anybody else? Yeah.
Did you work in a chronological order?
Ah.
Or did you mash up
Well,
things?
yeah, in a way. For this film, in a way, we do it in a very chronological way, so that I can follow the thread of the characters and the story. Because I was writing the script every dawn. I wake up at dawn and I write the script for the day. So that's my process.
And how does the editing work then? Do you cut out a lot, or is it just?
We just put things together. Because there's no cut to cut really. Just
It's 100%. It's there.
well, of course, I made some, you know, like, you know, I made 3 versions, and I said, you know, at some point, I like this version more. So.
Do you edit while you are shooting also, or do you work? In
Well,
the
not really. Yeah, there's this process called shoot edit. In your mind, you're already editing while shooting. This would connect